Well, if it ain't the oldest joke in the book. Me granddad, God rest his soul, used to tell that one to the barman at kicking out time. And when, pray tell, did we last have a dark night? You rotten old drunk, yet he'd reply. Over 100 bleeding years ago, that's when. You got that look down to a T. I'd almost think you meant it. Ah, got to you, did they? Poor beggar. That explains it then. Well, I've roads to travel and wares to sell, but you best hurry along to the town nearby. Just head east through the trees and aim for the Shining Tower. You'll find the place soon enough. 'Tis the biggest settlement for malms around. Go on now, friend. They'll take good care of you in the Crystarium.
Dizzying heights it rises, the gleaming spire, its tip threatening to pierce the blinding canopy. There, it will all begin anew, between dark and light, the pure and the corrupt, the one true struggle.
Well, that's a hell of a gripping opening.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Yeah, first experience in actual dimensional traveling.
Yeah, I assumed that's what was happening.
Yep.
One thing I don't like, I can't ride my chocobo right now.
Yeah, you can't ride any mounts at the moment. But yeah, take a look at opening up your separate map once, and you'll get an opening for the area that you're in, even if we're only here briefly. Going to be here very briefly.
Well, what? I mean, I'm looking at the map, but I'm not really seeing...
Well, the separate map, I think it should bring up, like, what the area's names are. Basically the world and then the area in that world.
The Crystarium.
Yeah. It's near the top left part of it.
I can't actually see that. What's it say? Ilmenk?
Oh, that's the map itself. I'm in the top of the window that the map is in. If not, you may have to close and reopen.
Wait, Novent? Novent?
Yep. Yeah, the guy, the hooded friend here, mentioned about the pathway being open to the first. Well, we are on the first right now, which goes by the name of Norvrand.
Alright.
This would be the home of the, well, as you may have gathered earlier, our shady friend, the Warrior of Darkness.
Yeah, I was thinking something, not quite that, but yeah, along those lines, yeah.
And then we are currently in the area of Lakeland, which is basically the first version of Mordona. Because the areas here basically kind of have their own... These are, like, the first versions of, like, ARR areas, pretty much.
I'm in another cutscene. Don't know if this one's voice acted.
Yes, this is.
I assume the first you were gonna.
Yep.
Every face in this city I know. Yours, I do not. This is the threshold of the Crystarium, stranger, and I am its gatekeeper. If you would enter, you will answer my questions. From where do you hail? Do you take me for a fool? No such place exists. Had you given me an honest answer, I would not have barred your way. We care little here for a person's place of origin. But instead, you chose concealment. And I will not suffer you to pass. That one had eaten. It must have gulped down the whole hand, ring and all.
Everything all right, Captain?
Quite all right, my lord. Just a stray sin eater, and a weak one at that.
I see. Weak or not, we should be on the lookout for more. But I see you've met my guest. I will escort her to the Crystarium myself, if you've no objections.
Another of your mysterious friends, is it? I should have known. Very well. I'll inform the others your guest is to be given the run of the city. Pray forgive my less than cordial welcome. May the rest of your stay with us be a pleasant one.
Come with me. I will answer whatever questions you have when we are somewhere more private. Right then, before we plunge into the wheres and wherefores, let me first thank you for answering my summons. I had intended to bring you directly to my personal quarters, but I fear my aim was slightly off. That you are still able to make the crossing unharmed is a great relief. And so, we come to the question of where. The realm in which you now find yourself belongs to one of the 13 reflections, or shards. The first, to be precise, even if its inhabitants are largely oblivious to the fact. As to wherefore, having been awarded the rather grandiose title of Crystal Exarch, I, in my capacity as caretaker of the Crystarium, thought to seek the aid of you and your companions. That is a question with no simple answer, but all shall be explained in due course, I promise you. Let us begin with the glaring skies up above. Here in the first, the world has been all but consumed by primordial light. It began a century ago, by this realm's reckoning. A luminous flood swallowing everything in its path. More than 9/10 of this star was lost. And the fortunate few who survived are hounded by abominations born of that catastrophe even now. Sin Eaters, we call them. The creature you saw earlier was one such monstrosity. It was to save the First from this menace that I learned to bridge the rift between worlds. That I might call upon the aid of the greatest of heroes. Though it meant depriving a world of its champion, I had to try. For in saving the First, you would bring salvation to the Source as well. But what manner of host harangues his guests in the middle of the road? Let us continue our talk within the Crystarium.
Yeah, this is pretty much going as exactly as I expected the story to go so far, with everything that Stormblood set up. I'm quite enjoying our first 30 minutes into Shadowbringers. Very cutscene heavy, but I expected that as well. I am a bit concerned about the loading times, though. This is pretty bad tonight.
Yep, and I am now in the Crystarium.
I'm still waiting for it to load. I think it's in. Is it another cutscene? Yeah, it looks
You
like.
might be, because
It's just a thing came up the chat box, so I assumed it was back to gameplay, but apparently I was wrong. This place looks fucking gorgeous.
Oh, is it showing off the Crystarium?
Well, the opening entrance area, I guess.
Yep. Oh,
I noticed. Oh, he's voice actor.
The sole sanctuary for the living in a world all but resigned to oblivion. Each stone was laid with hope. The town itself a symbol, a monument to defiance in the face of death. No would-be hero could fail to answer its call. For who among us does not yearn for salvation?
The Crystarium.
yep.
So there's a place here in Sheffield that's basically our big mall called Meadowhall, and I'm getting massive bangers of that from this, just in terms of the design with the brick layout, the brick layout with the blue glass panels, ceilings and stuff. I'm getting massive bangers off that, and even the coloring of the bridge and stuff reminds me of like some of the old decorations of it. Is massive banger off that. Yeah. I'm just gonna finish off this quest here. I'll speak to the guy again. And I'm gonna guess there's a bunch of things to do, like get a bunch of aetheryte shards and all that around the
the aetheryte shards, meet people around here.
Ooh, what did we get from that? Shadowbringer's roll and White Oak weapon coffer.
Yeah, you should have the weapon that's at item level 400. So for that coffer, you probably won't need it. I mean, you'll still get it, but you won't need to use it right away. You can just put it away somewhere.
Yeah, fair enough. So I guess we're gonna go around and get some things first before we continue on with quests.
Yeah, I'm actually just skip the cutscene in the next quest, but yeah, we'll start grabbing stuff.
Well, it's our first time here, so my first time here anyway. I absolutely love the design of this place. So this is.
Oh yeah. I love the design of the place. I love the music that plays here during the day, too.
Music, even now, is really good.
And actually, because I already accepted the quest.
Oh, it's not responding.
Oh, you must have to start the quest first.
Oh, fair enough. I'll just go.
Because I was able to attune to it, but it must force you to do it when you're on the proper quest. So yeah, you have to go back and talk to the XR.
Yeah, not a massive issue.
Yeah.
I'm guessing the cutscene though.
Yeah, it's not voice acted, thankfully.
Oh, thankfully. Yes, I will meet you in your study. Yeah, he's basically giving me the rundown. I think he's saying, yeah, visit the Crystarium civic leaders, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you should have just talked to him first. Never mind.
Yeah. Yeah, and like Kagane, this is not a two-part area either, so...
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, I think that Heaven's Word was the last place that had that, where it's basically like 2 maps, so... Granted, here there is an upper and lower half of the area, so it will seem rather...
So this is our main hub, though. This is the main hub of Shadowbringers. Okay.
Yep, this is the main hub.
I quite like the look of it so far. I've only seen like the entrance, but yeah, it looks good so far in my eyes.
Yeah. And that was mentioned in the earlier. By the way, there's that guy you met in the earlier cutscene, the guy with the drink in the forest with a.
Yeah, I know who you mean.
Yeah, that's the first version of that guy that first showed up back at the beginning of ARR.
Yeah, I was thinking he looks like the guy that you take the ride with into town.
Yep, he is. That's who he is. He's basically the first version of that guy.
Yeah, I was looking at him. I was thinking, aren't you the guy?
Not only that, but he also shows up later on near the end of ARR to help skate the party away when they have to escape after the whole bloody banquet where that almost does them in. Well, thanks to Alizé, of course.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, I was looking at him
unfortunately,
thinking,
our
you're
cousin
familiar.
on the first fate, quite frankly, wasn't as well as the cousins, or as guys on the source, as you obviously saw, because... Yeah, unfortunately, a Sin Eater got to him, so he's now pretty much dead.
Sad, but true.
Yep.
Ate him up and spat him out.
Yep. Yeah, so I had this town for a while, but you mentioned about I was always the permanent citizen of Eorzea or whatever it is. Well, you can also have it now with a summer camp retreat in Norvrant. And yeah, we're in this portion of the game where this whole area is covered by that primordial light in the sky, which means we'll never actually have real night out in this area yet until we get that little problem rectified. Even then,
yeah, I was thinking Shadowbringers was, as soon as I saw the skylight, I thought, okay, Shadowbringers, it means us bringing back the day and night cycle, probably.
Yep.
Something along those lines, yeah.
Because even the line that was mentioned here about the battle between good and evil, light and dark, and then after that it said, and that was the key line, the pure and the corrupted. Kind of giving off a vibes from other things that may have used that whole concept in reverse.
Yeah.
Like, for example, Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, which had dark as a side represented by the quote-unquote good guys. There's, well, somewhat. There's still the bad guys who use it to a degree as well, but then you also had the light of destruction, which was the bad concept.
I vaguely remember that. That. I didn't watch all of GX, but I watched a good chunk of it.
Yep.
Fortunately,
and in fact, even the Warrior of Darkness mentioned, light and dark doesn't matter. It's how you use it, pretty much.
People have been telling me all that the same about size for years. There you are.
You're on the cutscenes.
Yeah, I'm heading towards the A4, right?
Yeah, we got different places to go to. In fact, I'm just gonna head down and head south first.
Have a tune to the thing?
Yep. I'm gonna go south first to that one. That's the where Bragi at the Musica Universalis is. Which is basically the Crystarium's marketplace. So, the best with the boards, the market boards, and the various shops, plus the mender too that you want to visit to get your stuff fixed.
I guess I was just gonna try and attune to all the shards first, but
Yeah. Well, I'll be here to do that as well. I'll still talk to the guy while I'm here.
Yeah.
He's already here, so.
I'll talk to them as I pass them.
There's actually 2 shards down here, so you'll want to grab both of them while you're here. There's one's here and one right at the entrance to the pendants, too.
I just got the one at the rookery.
Yeah, that's probably the one I just...
Excuse me.
Oh, I see which one you got. Yeah, you're actually going north first, so...
Oh, right.
Yeah. I'll probably
doesn't-
get that one on the way back here.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'll have to get them all anyway, so...
Yeah.
If I have to backtrack a little bit, so be it.
Yeah. Well, you got some of them, so you can also use them to warp back.
Well,
to places
exactly.
that you need to shorten the trip.
Somebody over here I gotta speak to.
Yeah, there's the market board.
There's another one there, actually. Yeah, as soon as you do get them all, though, let me know how many there are, just so I know how many I have left to get.
Yeah.